It's brilliant. Really good for your health and your mental health. And they've got women in all that plan. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Walking football.
Imagine
So
that
you're
being
upstairs
popular
now.
in South Africa, mate.
Yes, good
Especially
evening,
in the
good welcome
sunshine.
to Guna Matters Cannon Fodder, the Tuesday night show. Welcome, everybody. Those who are going to be in the chat, have your say, whatever you want to say about whatever we're going to talk about. We're obviously going to have the review of Saturday, the Burnley game. And then, of course, we're going to have a preview of tomorrow night's game and the weekend's game. But also, we're going to look into the ladies first. Now, the ladies has had a wonderful run of games over the last few weeks. Dez, welcome back, my man. How are you doing?
You talking to me?
Yes.
Sorry, I was
There's
away.
your boy.
Go on, John. You go first, mate. You go first.
No. I'm asking you how you're doing, Dez.
Oh, you passing it to me. Sorry. Yeah, hello. I'm glad to be here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about the subjects that we've got, the topics that we've got. The women are doing well. The men are doing well. Whatever they did in Dubai, keep it going because it's working. And I think every fan should have a holiday to Dubai now. Every Arsenal fan, because it might just change your life.
Lovely.
Like
Welcome
that
back
film,
to the show.
what was it? The Coma.
Yeah.
The cocoon, weren't it? The cocoon
Yeah,
where they went in the swimming pool and come back rejuvenated, man.
Yeah.
They've gone there.
John, how are you doing, my man?
Yeah, good evening, fellas. Great to see you. Come on, you gooners. Like I keep saying to everyone, it just gets better every week being a gooner, you know what I mean? What's not to like? This has probably got to be one of the best seasons at the Emirates, you know, so far.
Definitely.
The ladies are doing well, the men are doing well. And going back to the ladies, now they filled 60,000 capacity stadium.
So
A few years ago, people would have laughed at that. I always knew that it was going to get bigger. I just thought, you know, this is going to get big because it's a family sort of game as well, isn't it? But you know, it's a much better family-orientated thing to go with your kids. You know, it is to go to the women's football and go and watch it. It's a bit more family-friendly. But don't get me wrong, the blokes ain't bad now, but in our day, it was rough. Hey, you wouldn't bring your little ones, mate. Or if you did, you'd be very wary, you know. But it's amazing to see. I think that was a record crowd, and it's always good to beat a Manx, you know what I mean? Beat them at Monopoly, beat them at Snap, but beat them at football's even better. Yeah, fair play to them. I'm hoping to get over for that Spurs game, Spurs and Arsenal women. What is it? I think 20 quid and you can go club class. Kids go for a tenner in club class.
See, why can't we do that with the real, you know, real?
Money in it, of course it's just good, mate. Let's be honest about it.
You go and watch a woman's match though, John, and you're getting value for money.
Obviously, you're getting good football. Eh?
It's a good day out, and it's an affordable day out. You could take two kids, and two kids. You're going to probably do that for less than 50 quid, mate, and have a good day out.
Now I've got a question for you guys. Who are the women walking to that men's team?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh.
I think, do you know what? I think it will happen. I've got a funny feeling. I can't see
no. But currently in our squad now, which of our women's side getting a first team game in our men's side?
Yeah, Mike get the bench. I doubt it. I'm not going to be funny. It's a different game. I don't think any of them.
I understand that, but I mean, just let your mind flow a little bit.
If we had to put, if we could say, one's going to come and play, maybe.
Well, it's got to be Wiedemar, Beth Mead, Russo, and the is it the midfielder? She's quite chunky. She's European as well.
Australian girl, the new girl.
Hey?
The new Australian girl.
No, is she Australian or is she Norwegian? She's chunk. Is it?
You're talking about Freedom Arnhem.
No.
Are you talking about Leah Walty?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Swiss. She's a Granit Xhaka sister.
Yeah, mate. She can boss it. She can, and she puts a good pass as well. But I would say, whoever that was you just said, because I'm getting names rolled up. Beth Mead, Wiedemar, and what was the fourth? Oh, Russo, I think, would get in there.
Yeah.
Evening, Emerson.
Evening, Emerson, mate. How are you? I'd put the striker for sure, man. She's fantastic, you know, isn't it? She scores for fun, innit? What's her name for you, Emerson?
Russo.
Yeah, I'll put her up front, right? Yeah, but I've got to be honest, Glenn. I don't like doing the comparisons because it's two different games. They've got their game, we've got our game.
No, for sure. I just thought I'll ask the question.
Oh yeah, of course, it's a good bit of fun, mate. Yeah,
I would also say Ford as well because she plays a lot like Martinelli.
What about Leah Williamson?
Yeah. Do you know what? The way they're playing,
a partnership with Leah Williamson and Saliba.
In all fairness, the way the women are playing this season, with the injuries we've got, I mean, there's 4 girls out with there was 4 girls out with ACLs, right?
Yeah.
Any of the women any of the Arsenal women this season could play in the men's team. There you go. That just does it, doesn't it?
Des, I think what you could do, like, you could put one in, and they would probably fit in because that team is so good. They ain't gonna. They know how to. Them women know how to play football at a very good standard. You know what I mean? A very good standard. I think it just comes down to the physique side of it. You know what I mean? But I think one day you might see it where there's mixed teams. If they're that good, why not? But you know what would hold it back is probably the regulations.
For sure, and you will attract a lot of people, especially your younger fans. For the female, you will attract a lot of female fans. So there's something for that game, even if it's just a legendary sporting game like they used to do in the back. Maybe a honorary game for somebody type thing. You know what I mean? Mix it up with the women. Yeah, I mean, Scott will also get a good game in there as well. So I mean, that's you know what I mean.
Hold on, guys, hold on. What you need to also think about as well, right, is if we can play a 15-year-old who's now 16, Renyari, or however you say his name, right? Let's be honest, the women could play no problem. And what we've got to do in this day and age is it's not men and women anymore. It's not them and us. You know what I mean? And it's
no.
You know, and to be honest, when it comes to pay, that's another show altogether as well. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
But there are women in every single team that play in the Women's Super League that could play for their own men's team, no problem.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, coming back to the game they had against Manchester United over the weekend, last 2 weeks, John, we gave our predictions there as it is. Joan was 2-1, Seema got it spot on 3-1. You had 2 out of 3-0. So, you know what? I would have had a 3-0 correct because that silly goal that we sort of leaked in at the end. That's a stupid goal. You know what I mean?
Are you crying over spilt milk?
What was my prediction?
3-2.
3-2. Oh yeah, that's right. I said the Arsenal Cup final 78, didn't I? Yeah, I remember now.
I mean, they scored in the last minute of the game, right? So, I mean, on the 96th plus minute, they scored a stupid goal from a corner. Keeper didn't get it. Defender didn't pick up, and boop. That's also a very silly goal. I mean, so unfortunately, it was not a clean sheet like we would have wanted. But how's Kim Little coming back from injury and taking penalties like it is no tomorrow? Huh?
Confidence, isn't it? Just got confidence.
Captain fantastic. She is very, very good as a captain. I mean, even Leah Williamson come in, but I still think Kim Little has the team on her sleeve. What is the chances of them obviously getting into? They are in the title race, as you could see here. Chelsea 14, and they had a loss over the weekend. City beat them 2-1, I think. City's on 34 points level with Chelsea. We are 3 points behind them. And of course, Man United 24. And there's no catching us from fourth down. So it is a 3-horse race as it is in the men's game. Our chances, Des, for the women, do you think we can clip it this year?
Well, we could. There's only 3 points difference, and I think it's the same for the women as it is as the men. Just go on doing your business like you're doing, and and don't be making loads and loads of noise, because if you don't make loads of noise, you don't get noticed. Yeah, just go on, get on that pitch, do what you've got to do, get the 3 points, and we'll see at the end of the season. But looking at that, that's one game. So that's a very, very fine line. Chelsea could lose a game, Man City could lose a game. It's up in the air, isn't it? So end of the season will tell you.
So, John, I mean, there's so many things that we can say about the females, but if you look at the next fixtures, it's. Let me just pull it up here. I don't have it on there. Let me just see what's happening here. Hey, go for it. We've got Tottenham the 3rd, which is on Sunday, and you just mentioned it a bit earlier. We've got Tottenham at home.
Yeah,
then we've got Aston Villa in the League Cup, and then we've got Chelsea away in WSL. So those 2 games is going to obviously depend on whether we have a chance, isn't it?
All Arsenal women can do, is concentrate on their game and beat everyone in front of them, and then they've got a chance. They've got Chelsea to play, haven't they? So they beat them. That's like 6 points of that game. So they can only concentrate on their game. They can't sort of worry about what the other team will do. They've got to hope that they slip up. Yeah, we ain't in the driving seat, but sometimes it works better for you. You ain't got the pressure on you. And they're in the title race, and I believe they can win it, mate. If things go their way, why not? We could have Arsenal women and Arsenal fellas winning a title each. Who knows?
A double Premier League, eh?
Yeah, it's never happened.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
Or Emerson did. I think he did that. Yeah, they both did the double back in '98. I think. I'm sure they did. But I don't think they was professional then. But now, that'd be a big parade, man, if they won, wouldn't it? Both do it.
Yeah. So we're playing City the second last game of the season.
Yeah.
So between now and then, we've got Tottenham over the weekend, Chelsea.
You've got
Villa.
to believe it,
Sorry, John.
I said anything can happen. As a professional player, you've got to believe that you've got a chance to win it. Otherwise, why bother turning up?
For sure.
Chelsea have proved that they can be beaten.
Yeah,
for sure. They. I mean, obviously they've been beaten against two huge teams, and the only 2 losses they have there is against City and against Arsenal. So I mean, we've shown that we can do it. So we have to go to them, and we have to go to City still. We've played Liverpool and United. Tottenham is obviously one that we're going to have to look at, because they beat us last time out at our home ground. No, at their ground. Sorry. So that is going to be a tough match. So I'm saying we must go for it. I mean, we've got a depth. We've got a hell of a depth in the female squad, eh?
Do you know what as well, Glenn? When I watched a few things on the old TikTok, whatever, all these women, right? I think there was one woman there, I think I might have showed it to you. She went with her dad at Boreham Wood when they was only getting 50 fans turn up for the game when it first started, right? When she was a kid, her dad took her to the game. There was only getting 50 fans over at Meadow Lane. Now she's gone back, took her dad to the game at Spurs, not Spurs, at the Emirates. 60,000 crowd. It's unbelievable. And what I've seen of the women's crowd, they are just as passionate as the men. You know what I mean? They make a right lot of noise. So fair play to them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Their women's game is here to stay, mate. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, no, it's a massive opportunity for the world to see how female sport football is played in UK.
Well, the thing is, Glenn, right? There's me, you, none of us even knew, right? When we were kids, women's football was banned from the professionals. I only started hearing this a few years ago. We were just brought up thinking, women like football, but they ain't that keen on playing it. You know what I mean? It's just pure ignorance from it was the people up top. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with us. We always knew that women like football, and it's kicked off. It's just a natural progression. It's like any sport, isn't it? But it's two different levels. Blokes that keep comparing them, like it's stupid because it's two different games. It's like saying about two different eras of Arsenal teams. You know, what were we like in the 1930s? Compare them to like now. You know, you just can't do it. You know, just enjoy it. That's what I say. Women's football's here to stay, and you know, the likes of Joey Bart and the go back in their locker.
Guys, I didn't put up a slide for this weekend's women game, but you can obviously give me your predictions. Arsenal versus Spurs. That's a London derby, so I'm sure we're gonna all go for Arsenal because the ladies, they are as hardcore as it is on the field. And they will not put a glove to Spurs. Your prediction there is on that game this weekend, ladies.
3-0, mate. Arsenal.
Okay, 3-0. I'm making notes over here.
Go on, Des. 3-0.
John, what is your prediction for the ladies the weekend?
I'm going to go to 5-1.
Wow.
5-1 the Arsenal. Wipe the floor with them.
If it happens, John, I'll tell you what, if it happens, I owe you another Nuki Brown, right?
Yeah. 5-1.
The London Chickens is going to cry, man. Yeah, I'm going to go with this.
Tottenham, no disrespect to them Tottenham ladies. They've not reached our levels yet, so they've got a lot of learning to do. They're getting there, but nothing's standing in our way, mate.
Well, they've got good international players as well in there, isn't it?
Oh, they've got a very good team, but they're just not up on our level yet.
Yeah, not for sure. I'm going to go with Des on this one, 3-0. So I think it's going to be a Russo. It's going to be a Little. And maybe I think it will be a Lacaste again. Lacaste becoming into a stride. Amy Lacaste. All right, guys, let's go to the ultimate that we've been waiting for.
Are we going to talk about the Burnley match? Yeah.
Let's start with you, John. What a game.
Oh, unbelievable, mate. It's just like watching Brazil at the moment. You know what I mean? They're not putting a foot wrong. What can you say? It's firing in all cylinders, mate. It's a joy. As I say, it's a joy to be a Gooner. What, you know, if you can't enjoy this sort of performances, what can you enjoy? Don't get me wrong, Burnley, you know, bless them, they're probably going to get relegated. You know, they ain't got enough behind them to be a Premier League team, but you know, they're doing the best they can. But there's no way they're going to stay up. And this is another thing. Look, they've got a manager, one of the best players in the world, but he can only do so much, you know, with the resources he's got. Limited resources. Burnley are a small club, and you know they're one of the founders of the original league. So no disrespect to them, but they were never going to beat Arsenal. I was happy. I think I said 2-0, something like that. 5-0 is what's we got? 11 goals in 2 games, 21 in 4 games. Letting five. Sorry, yeah, letting one. Yeah, unbeaten this year. you know, what more can they do? You know, and but tomorrow's a tougher test. You know what I mean? West Ham, Burnley, I don't think they were the best of opposition on their days. You know, they weren't the toughest of tests, but you can only beat with what's in front of you, and that's what we did.
Sure.
And
But here's the thing, John. This I'm going to get to you now, John. But isn't that a bit disrespectful towards Arsenal? I mean, isn't Arsenal that good that Burnley and West Ham didn't get the opportunity to really play? You know what I mean?
yeah, it probably is a bit disrespectful. As I say, Arsenal, you know, they can only beat what's in front of them, and they've done nothing wrong. They played against West Ham like that before, didn't they? And ended up losing. So, you know, nothing's so granted. They were never going to lose to Burnley, never going to struggle. A few seasons ago, we would have been worrying about games like this. But what I'm saying is, right, yeah, Arsenal were at their best, don't get me wrong. They were firing all cylinders, like watching a Rolls Royce. If you're paying money, that's what you want to go and see your team. Annihilate another, you know. That's what you want to go and see. What I'm saying is, let's play a team that's on an equal par. And we did it with Liverpool. And we annihilated them 3-1, do you know what I mean? So, I think we've got the capabilities.
Some would say, John, that was a lucky win, isn't it?
Huh?
Some would say that the Liverpool win was a lucky win.
Oh, yeah, they were Scousers, wouldn't they? Yeah, no, that was one of the best wins of the season by far, considering we lost to them at Arsenal. But, yeah, what I'm saying, Glenwyn, they weren't the best of oppositions, right? Once it was 2-0, bosh, they weren't coming back. But Arsenal have got to get to that position to do it, you know. They started the game, bish, bosh, bang, got the goals in. They're dead and buried them teams by half time, you know what I mean? Sometimes it gets a bit boring because they're like 4-0 up and, you know, we want more goals, more. And nothing happens in the second half, but we get greedy. But, yeah, we've got to come back down to earth. It ain't always going to be like that. And it's great for the goal difference because that is one thing we need. I think we're the top goal scorers. We've got the best goal difference. I know we've let in the less. I'm pretty sure we've let in the less. I'm not sure if we're the highest scorers. And let's face it, me included, we was all panicking. Who's going to score the goals before Christmas? Who's going to score the goals? Oh, this is a nightmare, you know what I mean? They've come back fresh as daisies and can't stop scoring. I still say they need Tony, though. I still say bring him over the Emirates. But, yeah... Do you know what I mean? To me, they can't do no more. It's a team game. I'm not going to single out any of them players. 11 players started. Well, 15 players, whatever, finished. Got on the pitch, and each one did what they was meant to do. Do you know what I mean? I think they were a very unified team. Very, very unified. They all know each other. And Arteta's make changes what I weren't even sure about, you know. So... he's well above me, obviously, but you know, sometimes I've seen the sheet and think, oh, this could be a bit iffy, but no, he's started to work out how to change the team a lot better. You know, he's making
Trust the process.
Yeah, I never did this. I ain't gonna lie, did I? I never did.
Some
2
says
seasons ago, one Christmas, I was saying sack him, but no, I'd love. I've said it. I would love Arteta to win us a trophy because, you know, as well as being Arsenal, I think he's a really decent bloke. You know what I mean? I would love him to see something, and it proved quite a few people wrong if he does, including me. So I would love it. But yeah, I can't single anyone out. I just say it's an excellent team performance, and Saka got a couple of goals, didn't he? So that's good as well. He's our top scorer now, I think. Yeah, if I was Arteta, mate, I'd be over the moon with them performances.
For sure.
Let's hope we carry it on tomorrow night, you know. That they must be full of confidence. If they ain't full of confidence now, there must be something bloody wrong with them. But I expect them to carry on with this. And as you know, I've said from day one, there's no reason why we can't win this Premier League. No reason at all.
For sure. Des, let's
Yeah.
hear your take on the weekend, mate.
Mate, I to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting 5 goals. I think Arteta got the tactics spot on. I thought Kivior. I'm going to start with Kivior, actually. I thought he had a really good game.
Yeah, he's turned out to be a great player, isn't he? I was unsure about him.
He's making that left back his spot now. But what I've noticed is that Arteta isn't making him invert anymore. He's just letting him defend. Where Ben White's doing more. If Zinchenko's not on the pitch, Ben White's doing the inverting, and Kivior is defending, and that's what you've got to leave that kid to do, because he was doing really good the other night. The goals were just spot on, and I noticed that we were getting first ball, second ball, third ball, fourth ball. I don't think there was much where Burnley got out of their half.
No.
You know, and the thing is, our back four, they'll scare teams now, because they'll chase you all day long. They will chase you, and if you turn them, they'll get you back. If you do get past them, and let's say you don't score, let's be hard and say you don't score, they'll get you next time. If they don't get you the first time, they'll get you next time. Do you know what I mean? They work you out during the game. As before, you know, some players take a while, take a couple of games to work out a team. These guys are just working it out during the game, you know?
Yeah.
I think Declan Rice is levels. Yeah. He's absolutely...
And Des, talking about Declan Rice, do you think there is more to come from him? Because, I mean, his technically ability to play the game. For him to be even better, Glenn, and to answer your question, he needs to score more goals. Yeah? Right? Odegaard. Hey, my man of the match. My man of the match. Yeah? I'm going to be totally honest. Odin must be proud of his son, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to be totally honest with you, though, guys. He bossed that midfield on Saturday. Absolutely bossed it. Yeah? And his goal, I just wish he'd shoot from outside more often. Yeah?
No, but most of his goals come from that position, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And then he just puts those sublime passes through to, you know, I mean, the only thing you have got to question, was the penalty a penalty? Did he actually touch him? But then we got given it. I've seen him given, you know, so we got given it, took it. And let's be honest, Trossard, playing that number 9, that's his spot. He could have had 4. If he hadn't have had the scuffs, he could have had 4 goals on Saturday. He could have had 4. And the one he did score was a beauty.
Here's the question that I've posed on my platform is that, will Arteta keep playing Trossard even when Jesus are fit?
Now, I'm going to be a bit... This might be controversial, or you guys might agree with me, or the chat might agree with me, but I would keep Trossard where he is. He's doing it. You can't just expect someone to come back from an injury and go, okay, I'm back, put me in. No. If Trossard is scoring nearly every week, he stays on the pitch. It's a God's given, you know, it's a cert. You stay on the pitch. I'm sorry, Jesus, you have got to earn the place back. And I'll be honest, I love Jesus, but I don't think he'd win the league for us.
I think you've got to keep Robbie Williams on the pitch, man. He's proving it, hasn't he? He's got the goals. You know what I mean?
Robbie Williams, get him. I mean, Kai Havertz absolutely surprised me on Saturday. He was putting in tackles left, right, and centre. He was trying to put through balls, and then when he nutmegged that lad,
confidence there, isn't it? Confidence.
Yes, we've got a level of confidence, guys, at the moment that is up here. It's up here.
He's always had the ability. He just playing with Chelsea ruined him.
He's got to learn it. Arteta's teaching him how to switch it on. Yeah. Did you hear what the fans were singing as well, though? I don't know if you guys are. What was it? Stadiums get emptied everywhere we go. Stadiums get emptied everywhere we go. Everywhere we go.
I
I
did
mean-
hear that one. I heard the other one as well. Who put the ball in the Burnley net after the effing team did?
I mean, let's be honest. People were queuing up to score on Saturday.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I had a go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Took a corner.
who scored? Who scored the goal for you? If you had to put your neck on the block, who scored the goal for you of the match?
The goal
The
for
goal
me.
of the match.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who scored the best goal for them?
Trossard's goal.
Trossard. Yeah, I would agree Trossard's goal. But then look how
Trossard,
close
yeah.
Kai's goal was. Look how close Saka's. They're all
Yeah,
the same.
Kai was a great goal as well.
Yeah, it was a good goal. He had a bit of luck on his side as well because
Sometimes you need that though, Glenwood.
yeah,
Sometimes
you
you need
do.
it.
I mean,
You know?
and it will do a hell of a bit of his confidence, especially when he had the tenacity to move and continue. I mean, Burnley wanted to play him offside from a throw-in, and that's so hilarious to think that here's the guy is doing a throw-in, and big ups to Kivio. I'm going to speak about Kivio now. He thought quick thinking, just throw the ball in. Havertz is at the back, and he continues. He saw there's nobody next to him. I have to go. I have to come and go score the goal. And
The thing with Kai, right? Maybe first few games in the season, first 6 games, he probably wouldn't have scored that because he's confident.
No, he wouldn't, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he's rocking now. You know, I've always said, you know, in the chat and that, I've always said, look, he's got the ability. He just needs someone to bring it out of him. He's just, you know, you can't score a goal in the Champions League final and not be a good player. You can't play with Germany and not be a good player.
Well,
I think fans, including me, thought too much of him. I weren't sure where he was meant to be playing. I weren't sure why we bought him. Do you know what I mean? But I just stacked it up in the head. Surely these are.
You know how I feel about it, John.
We ain't. Huh?
You know how I feel about it. 65 million was too much money. But I've got to say this as well about Saturday's game. Is obviously Liverpool played before us and they scored 4. So what do? We score 5.
Exactly.
See, that's down to mentality and attitude, you know, and the want to win, you know.
The thing with the money situation on the player, it's not the player doesn't say
No.
You got, do you know what I mean, Des? You know that. It's just market forces. I even said, have Arsenal got connections with Chelsea? Are they giving them a bung for all these Chelsea players? What's going on?
But it's trying to justify it, John, that I have the problem with. I know exactly what you're saying. It's justifying it. You know?
He'll put it this way: if he scores a goal that gets us in a final, if he scores a goal that gets us in a final or wins us that Premier League, you won't even mention that 65 million. No one will.
Yeah, that's true.
It just will be forgotten. It's just market forces. Declan Rice, he was bang on form. He was purring when he came to Arsenal, weren't he? So it's 100 million is justified. No one's batting an eyelid. That was probably way too much for any player. But
saying that about Declan Rice, I just want to go back to the West Ham game for 1 second. When he scored, right, and he didn't over-celebrate, but then he touched the badge, that to me said everything.
Exactly.
That was the court cut there, right there. I think that court was cut right there. He got set free when scoring that goal. Yeah. And when he celebrated like that, I think he in himself decided,
you know.
No more art. There's no love lost there.
No. Declan Rice is a professional, right? I watched a documentary about him. Chelsea got rid of him. They didn't fancy him. West Ham was on the verge of getting rid of him. It was down to like 2 coaches or something that he stayed. And he showed them loyalty. He showed them respect. You know, they're his teammates, his professional workmates, people that have guided him up through the academy. He showed West Ham a lot of respect. And at the same time, West Ham are proud that they don't want him to go to Arsenal, but they know the reality is he's going to go to a bigger club. And so then people from that academy, they respect that he's gone to Arsenal. You know, it's no grudges. It's the fans, isn't it? It's us that are like, wow, what you going West Ham for?
It was always going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, but he could have been disrespectful, couldn't he? And gone out and scored and gone. Remember Adi Bayo when he went to Tottenham? he come and slid all the way along, didn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made a mockery of us. Fair,
Yeah.
he's got a score, fair enough, but he basically took the P, didn't he? Do you know what I mean?
He did.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's my next question, lads. Here's my next question. Do you prefer to be in this position rather than being first and leading the race?
Yes, I do. Can I go on that one, John? Is that all right?
Yeah, go on, mate. Yeah, you crack on.
I do. It's exactly what I said for the women, right? Go about your business. Don't make noise. Sneak about. Do it. You know, if you can, it takes the pressure off you. That's the way I see it. If you're not top of the league, we were in so much pressure last season because we were top of the league for 80% of it. Yeah. If you're in second, third, but you're still in the race, that is better for controlling your football, controlling how you play. Yeah. And I think it's better to chase than to lead. It's easier to chase than it is to lead in the Premier League.
And there's not so much pressure on you, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a different kind of pressure. It really, really is. And I think it's easier to chase than it is to lead. And I think for Arsenal, if we can keep winning until what we need to do, lads, I've worked it out. I've actually worked it out. 1 second, John. What we need to do, all right, let's go. What we need to do, mate, is we need to win until the international break, get them over to Dubai again, right? Have a little break over in Dubai again, and then get them back and keep winning. That's what we need to do. But to answer your question sensibly, I'd rather be chasing than leading.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, the chances for us sneaking in at the back door is going to be so. It's going to be tempting because the likes of Liverpool leading and City are struggling at this stage. It's half an hour in and they're still 0-0 against Brentford. So they keep on losing points, and everybody is ignoring Arsenal for what they are doing. And Arsenal is not getting the time of day with the pundits and the mainstream media. So I'm saying this is the best position for you to be in, but keep on doing what you're doing. Don't lose points. Try not to concede as much goals that you should. Keep the goal difference, because our goal difference currently there's, I'm looking at, we scored 58, we conceded 22, and that's a difference of 36. Mm-hmm. Liverpool scored 59, they conceded 24, and that's a difference of 35. City have scored, before tonight's game, 57, conceded 26, and that's a difference of 31. So our goal difference is by far the best. It's 5 ahead of City and 1 ahead of Liverpool. Yeah. So if we can continue the way we're doing and sneaking in the back door, that puts a lot of pressure on. That puts a different kind of pressure on Liverpool that's leading with 2 points ahead, and different kind of pressure for City to catch up, because then City's going to start, doing things where they might just mess up again and say, but hey, the pressure's too hard for us. Because City has never been in the position of chasing. They was all in the position of leading. So they don't have the experience of where they are now. They have the experience of being in front and going into runs of 10 to 15 games. So that is a different type of pressure that they are facing now. And for Liverpool, as arrogant as their fans are, I think they can win it, because they are 2 games ahead. And even though they don't play well, they still win games. And that is the bottom line. It's the score on the board, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That is it, my friend. At the end of the day as well, there's a panic. If you're being chased, there is a panic, and it can affect your game.
Yeah, sure. I mean, and rival fans can say what they want to. They don't panic because City can. City has done it. Liverpool has done it. So if that is the case, that is some arrogance. So you need to obviously look at where Arsenal is. And if Arsenal does what they do consistently, keeping clean sheets and win the odd ugly game 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever, that puts a hell of a lot of pressure on the other two, because they don't know if Arsenal are going to lose points. People are predicting Arsenal are going to lose points. I mean, the last 5 games, who said that Arsenal are going to win 5 games in a row, and 3 of those games clean sheets, 21 goals in 5 games, 2 conceded. I mean, the one that we conceded against us, I think it was the 2-1 Brentford game. Not Brentford. I'm not even sure what game it was. We shouldn't have conceded that goal. So
was that Fulham when we lost 2-1?
Fulham beat us. I think it was Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, didn't they?
Crystal Palace. We won 2-1, and we shouldn't have conceded that goal because that was a silly mistake. So I think if we keep on doing what we're doing and put the pressure on Liverpool and City, I mean, City is struggling, as I say. They're trying and pressing, but they are still 0-0 after 35 minutes. So,
I mean,
different kind of pressure, isn't it?
Look at the press we were doing against Burnley as well on Saturday. Good evening,
Bob.
Look at the press we were doing against Burnley on Saturday. We were in their face from minute 1. And Odegaard was leading the press. But then you had people defending that don't usually defend. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Martinelli was getting back and defending. Saka was getting back and defending. I did like the 3rd goal, I've got to say, where that basically killed the game off that Saka scored. When he dropped the shoulder, I knew that was going in straight away.
Yeah, the defender don't think he's going to go with his right foot.
That's his move, isn't it?
No, that's his move, mate. He drops the shoulder and then bang.
Yeah, but he become very predictable, John, going on to his left. That's why I'm saying the defender didn't expect him to go on his right. That's why he sort of broke
He thought he was going to go on his left, and he slid it over to his right and popped. That's out of character for Saka, because he usually hits it first time.
For sure. And John, they need to keep on doing this.
Do you think we're trying to turn up and... Sorry, John. Do you think we're trying to turn up and do something different that's catching teams out? Do you think that might be part of it, John?
You got to, haven't they? Yeah, I think they got a bit stale. They got sussed out. They had so many players on Saka at one point. It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Aye.
Oh, he's obviously, he's come back refreshed and he's learned, he's come back a new player, isn't he, old Saka?
He was enjoying it on Saturday, though, wasn't he? He was enjoying it.
He loved it. I watched him against Liverpool when we lost. I thought he looked tired. Do you know what I mean? I thought he ain't running on 90%. He's but now he's had that little break, and something's happened. As I said, they've gone in that cocoon, haven't they? Gone in that swimming pool, and
I've got another question for you, lads.
But yeah,
I've got another question for you, guys. Where is this question now? Okay, I'm coming back to that question. Your man of the match on this weekend, who was your man of the match? Before I reveal my man of the match.
Odegaard for me.
Every game, isn't it?
Not every game. No. Not every game. But on Saturday, he just did something else. I'll tell you what.
For sure.
I'm going to be honest. It could have been between 4 players, if I'm honest with you. So pick one of these 4. Odegaard, for me, Declan Rice, Saka, and Trossard. Because look where Trossard wanted the ball all the time.
He does.
I don't know if you noticed that on Saturday. Even though he did scuff him a few times, he's always in the right place. And he's I've got to say, and this is me putting my neck on the block maybe, but you lads may agree, I think he, at this season, is the best finisher in the Premier League. I really do. He just, mate. He knows how to find the top bins. He knows how to find the bottom corner. He'll
He's
have a go. He'll have a go. I tell you what, I was going mental when we didn't buy Mudryk, right? Because I thought Mudryk was going to be the lad. Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
did.
This
Every,
man,
all of us did. Yeah,
this
all of
man
us. We
has
were
shut
bummed when we saw,
everybody up.
Mudryk has changed his mind.
This man has shut everybody up. He's worth every penny we paid for him and more, right? And
cheap,
I hope we get 8-10 years out of him. I really do.
cheapest
Yes,
chips
but
ever meal. Do you know what?
Mm.
Going back, right, Des, this is not on you, but I'm just talking in general fans, right? Now Mudryk, people would have been happy to pay 100 million for him. I
No,
don't
yes,
know why,
yeah.
because the media's like Mudryk, let's get him. But do you know what I mean? We dodged a bullet there, didn't we? And ended
No,
up
we
with,
did, bro. We did.
yeah,
But the other thing, what you got to remember as well, right? Why people were getting all up in the air about Mudryk was every single tweet he put out, every single Facebook post, every single what's it called, X, yeah,
West
yeah.
media as well, innit? They
I
put the
want to come. I want to come to Arsenal. I want to come to Arsenal. Well, to your Joe Blogs Arsenal fan, who, you know, I know that, dude. But every Arsenal fan would be like, he wants to come. He wants to be one of our lads. And of course,
yeah,
that raises Uriah, doesn't it? And then
yeah.
when he did the backflip and went to Chelsea, well, I'm surprised we ain't
Good,
yeah,
riddance, man.
set him on fire. Do you know what I mean?
Des, from the off, right? I couldn't see the pedigree. But what I'm saying is, Hazard's had the pedigree. Mudryk didn't. He was an up and coming player.
That's a
We're all
fair point.
going on what we other people's opinions, all the hype. You can get caught up in it. Do you know what I mean? The media
It's a
hype,
fair point.
they hype these players up. So
And he doesn't deserve to wear the number 10. Now, if you look at Joe Cole, you look at Hazard, you look at the previous guys that wore that shirt, they were all impact players. He doesn't deserve to wear that 10. I mean,
No,
he's not playing, he's not getting a look in.
no,
No.
I know.
You know?
I know what you're saying, lads. I really know what you're saying. But it's just that we get so wrapped up in the moment, don't we?
Yeah, we
you-
do. I was
Right.
one of them. I mean, I had a meltdown when he didn't come. You know what I mean?
We're fans now.
So
We get caught up in it, don't we? It's all part of it, you know. It's all part of the
Yes,
game.
it is.
here's the other question I wanted to ask is, do you think the first round, how we played very defensive, and how we played the way we did, considering how we're playing now since the turn of the year, was that deliberate, or was it planned, or was it purely just the form that we were in? Which was it? Because I mean,
Me
No,
too.
I don't.
you can't say going to Dubai has done wonders. Yes, it did, because we had a break. But surely there must be some thinking behind it to say that. I mean, and even though it was a risky situation, if it was a planned thing, wasn't it?
I think he had to change tactics, Glenwyn, because they got Timber injured, didn't they? They got a few injuries early on, and obviously he had to change his team around. So maybe he did change tactics, but I don't know. I think even like
But who got injured, John? Is two defensive players, which is Partey and Timber. That's defensive, and we've been playing defensive for the most of the season since the start. It's not only this turn of the year that we're starting to push.
I don't know if they've been playing defensive deliberately or just ain't been able.
What I'm saying is the tactics of playing defense and to control games. That's the reason why we are the best defense.
I did see that thing online that Arteta's been. I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I think that's a risky. If they were playing that, I think that's really risky.
Yeah, that's
so
too risky.
I thought to put it in there to sort of puzzle your mind.
No, I did see that myself on the internet.
It is a possibility, isn't it?
It is.
No,
but it's a real risk. It's a real risk, you know. I think.
Don't make me come over to South Africa. Don't make me come over to South Africa. I'll come over there. I will. Right? Listen to me now.
I promise to review man of the match for the weekend game.
It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. I'll tell you what I think it was, and this is me being genuine with you, right? We'd hit a brick wall, and other teams had worked us out. Yeah. And like John says, he needed to change the tactics. He needed to change something up. We needed to freshen it. Yeah. But you think about it. Before we went to Dubai, how many players were always on Saka? Yeah.
Well, 3 or 4.
And still there's still a lot of players around it.
We were having trouble. We were getting it in front of goal, no problem. We just weren't putting it in the back of the net.
Well, that's another thing. They weren't scoring. Like
Exactly.
I said, West Ham game, I bet if you get the stats out, when the game we lost 2-0, I bet we got the same stats as when we won 6-0 for shots on goal.
Probably.
Because West Ham beat us 2-0. They had 2 shots, 2 goals. Fair enough. That's it. They won. That's all you got to do. But
Glenwyn, can I just ask you something with the utmost respect?
No.
Right? In future shows, will you stop asking silly questions? Is that all right?
That's harsh, Glenwyn, man.
Will you please stop asking silly questions? Thank you very much.
He's been copying Alex, man.
Yeah.
He's got it out of Alex book.
There is my man of the match.
You've been reading the Tottenham's Guide to Football, haven't you? That's what you did there. You took that from the Tottenham's Guide to Football.
Isn't it?
This was my man of the match. Jakub Kiwior. I think he did brilliantly.
And you know what? It wouldn't have been a bad thing if he'd been awarded it, Clement, because the kid needs it.
For sure, he does. I mean,
but look, what another player that's come in unknown, and
he feels part of the team now, though, John. Do you know what I mean? Saturday.
That's what's happening.
I would say from the West Ham game. From the West Ham game, this kid now feels part of this team.
He's taking his chance with 2 feet, isn't he? He's been given he's got a bit lucky with the injury. He's got in the team, and he's like, "You ain't kicking me out, mate. I'll show you what I'm made of."
Exactly.
It's his chance, isn't it, to prove himself?
Exactly.
And he's done it because, to be honest, no one has taken that chance in the left back, really, have they? To say this is my spot. Now he's in the firing line now.
Don't get me wrong, he's going to have major competition when Timber does come back. But again, it's the same sort of situation as what we said about Jesus. Yeah?
Yeah, they ain't going to just come straight in the team, Des. You know what I mean? You can't just drop players that are in form. Don't matter how good, you just cannot drop players when they're playing in form.
No,
well, in my view.
I agree, mate. I agree with you totally.
Do you know what I mean, Des? I can't see why Timber will get in. He's at the back of the queue at the moment, as good as he is.
And we all know he's good, John. The thing is, we all know Timber's good because he's proved it.
The same Party. Look at Party. He's back in the queue, isn't he?
I mean, how do we look how we are as fans, right? And I'm just speaking as general, okay?
Yeah.
Because we've lost Brendan for a second, so we'll keep going, yeah?
Yeah,
so,
cool.
Right? Saliba is a good player, but he needs Gabriel. But Gabriel also needs Willian. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they all need each other. It's a team game, Les.
Yeah.
Football is not an individual game. It's 11 players on the pitch.
Hey, sorry, man. I don't know what happened.
That's all right, man.
Looks
and
like
they're all
blackout or something.
Saliba might be the Rolls Royce, right?
You're 50p around that.
But Gabriel is the chief. He's a blooming Sherman tank, isn't he?
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Oh, we've lost John. Hello, John. Oh, welcome back, mate. Welcome back, mate.
You got your 50p's ready there, Glenwyn?
Yeah. Glenwyn, get the hamster to spin the wheel fast.
I don't know what's happening.
You got your 50 pence to put in?
Guys, continue quickly. I'll be with you now. Just continue.
Go on, mate. Yeah, go on. We're all right.
No worries. Yeah, but you see what I'm saying? And that's what I like about this team at the moment, right? We in every row of the pitch. So, for example, right, we've just said Gabriel and Saliba work well together. But then so does Ben White and, at the moment, Kiwior. Yeah? Right? But you could put Zinchenko in there and it would still work. Yeah? You could put Tomiyasu in there and it would still work. Yeah? You've also then you got in the midfield, right? Declan Rice. So what we got at the moment, we've got Declan Rice, usually Havertz, yeah, and Odegaard, right?
Odegaard, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the three at a minute, yeah.
That's working at the moment, but you can take any of them three out, and I've got to be honest, I know he ain't got the legs that he used to have, but you could put Jorginho in,
Yeah,
and it'd still be all right.
yeah, definitely.
You could put Emil Smith-Rowe in, and it would still be all right.
100%. Yeah,
Do you see what I'm saying? And it's the same
Yeah.
up front as well. It is the same up front. We've got, you know how everybody says, "Oh, Man City's got 2 players for every
yeah,
position."
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we're there.
Arsenal get that way, you know.
Yeah, we're there. You look on that, it was a bit lightweight last week because, we had El Neri and Cedric on the bench. But they are professional players that can come in and do a job. This is what I hate about the Arsenal fans. They disrespect certain players.
Mate.
All right, they're not going to play every game, El Neri and Cedric. But when they're called to do a job, trust me, they come in and they do a good, solid, professional job. They don't let Arsenal down. They don't let Arsenal down. They don't.
I mean this sincerely, right, John? When they put that gun on, whether it's your badge there or Glenwyn's badge there or the one I've got here, when they put that gun on their chest, they're an Arsenal player. They shouldn't be, oh well, this and that and this and that. They're part of this team. A team is made up of many parts. It's not just one thing, is it?
Yeah.
Many parts.
That's what I'm saying.
Some are better than others. Some are better than others, but it doesn't mean you can stand there and go, "Well, excuse me, mate, you're a load of rubbish." Because when they've got a job to do, 9 times out of 10 they come in and they do that job.
Exactly, they're all solid.
That is the thing about Arsenal fans. They are very inconsistent in their support.
Yeah, they're just fans worldwide.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not just, it's not just Arsenal fans.
Fans all over.
You could say that about any team, but you're right. You are right to a degree, but you could say that about any team. Do you know what I mean?
We just see it through, I don't know, rose-tinted glasses, you know what I mean? But they're all 11 players. 11 players. Football's a team game. It's not all about individuals. It's like I keep saying, go and get Tony, right? All right, he might score goals, but he ain't going to make Arsenal better. It's them players around him that are doing the job to get them goals, you know what I mean? It's a team effort.
Yeah.
I think this is what Arteta's pretty good at. He won't let a player come that thinks, you know what I mean? It's all about me. It's about the whole team, do you know? And I think that's where that holiday worked. Got them all to be friends, you know what I mean?
You saying about Tony, John. I do like him. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
I also like this kid that we're supposed to be looking at from RC Leipzig. Is it Cicero or something like that?
No.
The striker. He's only 19.
Yeah.
And he's scored about, I think it's 11 goals this season so far. Do you know what I mean? And he's meant to be the next. I mean, I know it gets thrown around a lot, right? But he's meant to be the next big thing. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think Tony will come to Arsenal. I think when you're that type of player that's twerking to come to Arsenal, I think 9 times out of 10 you don't come there, mate. Because like, we come for you. You don't come for us. You know
Yeah.
He don't want that type of player. So I don't think we'll ever see Tony at Arsenal, to be honest.
I mean, we're still.
Sorry, I just want to get back to Kivio quickly.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, mate.
I want to apologize. Firstly, I don't know what happened. I got cut off on my network.
We'll have a whip round next week. Don't worry, Glenwyn.
No worries. We still have to get to tomorrow's game quickly. Kivio, to me, man of the match. I think the last 2 games that he started was very well. He's got two massive assists on our goal tally. Last week's game against West Ham for Trossard, and this week for Kai Havertz. So it's a hell of a thing to obviously get those for his confidence, and then going forward. Again, the same question can be asked about him. Zinchenko being fit, is he going to stay playing? You know what I mean? I think from a defensive point of view, maybe depend on what game you play. You know what I mean? I still play him against the Cities. I'll still play him against the Chelseas because he's a defensive-minded player, opposed to Zinchenko being inverted. What is your thoughts on that one? And it's not a silly, isn't it, Des?
You start with me. Okay, I'll say this, right? Everything you've just said is absolutely correct. But the one thing I will say about Kivior as well is the kid is learning on the pitch. He's got 2 lads next to him. Well, 3 lads next to him, because Ben, I know he's over the other side. He's got 3 lads next to him who he's learning off. And for me personally, I do like Zinchenko, but for me, he's made too many mistakes this season to
that led to goals.
He seems to me a player that's like, you know, I'll do what I want to do, not what Arteta wants me to do. Do you know what I mean? He needs reining in a bit, you know, but he's still a great player. But
he is a great player, but at the moment,
he just needs to learn to track back, man.
Yeah, and he's you're not going to get that out of him though, John.
No,
he's not the fastest bloke in the team, is he?
I mean, I've got cerebral palsy, and I think I could get up the pitch quicker than he could. You know what I mean?
Right, guys, let's get to the last segment quickly, and it's tomorrow's game, and of course, the weekend's game. Joan didn't get the break that she wanted to get. She said she might get a break and then come join us, but unfortunately she did not. So let's start tomorrow's game quickly. Porto FC against Arsenal.
It's going to be a harder game than it was at the weekend, not taking anything away from Burnley. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 to Arsenal.
Yes, please.
John.
Like Des says, it's going to be a different proposition, isn't it, Porto? 2-1 Arsenal, though. I'm pretty confident we'll beat them, you know. The Premier League is the league to be in. Portuguese league's all right, you know. They're in Europe, but there's only 3 teams in that whole league, and they ain't doing too well.
It's all right for an holiday, John.
Yeah, it's a brilliant holiday. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that as a league, you've got 3 or 4 good teams in it, yo.
Yeah.
It's not like the Premier League. The Premier League is the best league in the world at the moment. That's a fact.
Glenn going 13.
We're flying in it. So on our current form, yeah, we should beat them 2-1. But we've got to go in there with the correct attitude, not gung-ho, you know, be a bit clever. I know we've beaten the last 2 teams.
The reason
now would you play the same team, or are you changing the team a little?
Oh no, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it.
I'd play the same team, but it's no Arteta might not. He might have another plan, you know what I mean?
I think he's going to go for a bit more experience.
Huh?
I think he'll go for a bit more experience in this one. Jorginho, maybe.
Maybe.
He would do. I'd say Havertz would be playing again. You know, the less experience.
The usual suspect will play. Obviously, the 5 at the back will stay the same. Rice will stay there.
You should change it, but who knows?
I think we'll go with the same tactics that did with Liverpool.
He has come out during the week and says he loves Kai Havertz, doesn't he? So
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Well, he's got to love him, hasn't he?
I mean, the reason I went 2-0 is because we've got used to getting clean sheets, and I think we just might against Porto.
You got to give Porto their flowers because they are.
League. They've won the Champions League as well, mate.
Twice,
this is something now, right? Raya, he ain't had a lot of European experience, so he needs to be on his game for this one, you know. No disrespect to him, he ain't had a lot to do last couple of games. So he really needs to concentrate because Porto will be attacking us, you know what I mean? They won't be sitting back. No, they need to win because they ain't gonna win at the Emirates, I don't think. But I know it sounds really cocky what I'm saying, but I'm confident we're gonna beat them.
It's 2 legs, isn't it? It's over 2 legs, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, draw will probably do us, but I think
Fleming. Change mine to 2-1 then, please. I forgot it's over 2 legs.
I will say this about tomorrow's game.
I think Glenwyn means the first leg, didn't you, Glenwyn?
No. This is always the situation. You need to obviously start well in order. You never know what can happen on the next 2 games, because we can get injuries. We can get so much harsh things happened.
And
therefore.
And Glenwyn, can I go back a bit, right? Because a lot of people got the hump with the Caribou Cup going out of that. Personally, you know, I weren't bothered. And this is the reason, because this is a much more important cup, this one, and we need all the players. Do you know what? We're 4 games away from a final. 5 games, the 5th game is the final. So, to me, Arteta should be concentrating on this the most, more than the Premier League at the moment.
I was going to say,
if he gets to a final, mate, he's cracked it.
Which would you prefer, Champions League or Premier League?
Champions League.
I prefer the Premier League.
Champions.
It will put you, because you're working on a point system. It will put you quite a bit up there amongst the greats there. You know what I mean? The Champions League is for me. It's not such a huge thing for me to win now, although we've never won it. But to win it, it will be a plus. But I would rather win the Premier League because we haven't done it for over 20 years.
Do you know the Champions League final this year? I think is in London, isn't it? So,
oh my lord!
You guys have to save up now for a ticket for me, mate.
Yeah. We can't get them for the Emirates. We've got no chance at Wembley, have we? Come on.
Yeah. Listen, the Porto, Porto is a very open team, so therefore I gave it 3. We do well against open teams if they play open and attacking football.
Well, they've got to attack us. They have to attack us. If they
have to, because they're at home. They're at home, so they have to attack us. So if that happens, we open up their background and we score.
Do the away goals still count? Didn't they change?
No, it doesn't. It's only aggregate.
It's aggregate now, isn't it? Yeah, that way.
It's only aggregate.
You only count.
Count anymore.
But what I'm saying, Glenn, Des, right? We win this game. We beat Porto. We're in a semi-final. 2 games away. Sure. 2 games away from a final. Do you know what I mean? This is an easier route for a trophy. That's what I'm getting at. This is an easier route to win a trophy than the Premier League. So
yeah,
I'd put all my eggs in this basket personally.
The gold in the Premier League is a better gold than this one, isn't it?
Huh?
The gold medal in the Premier League is a better gold medal than this one, isn't it?
I don't know. I'd like to win this, mate. Honestly, I mean, there's no reason why we can't win them both. I know it's sure. Mate. There's no reason we can't beat them both. Honestly.
Unfortunately, it's not in your hometown. That's going to get played over the weekend. It's in London, so you're not going to hear Arsenal score. You're going to see Arsenal score, obviously, on TV. What is your prediction for the Newcastle game? And Newcastle has not been doing so well.
No, I was going to say, I was expecting a harder game, but then when they drew with Bournemouth at the weekend,
they almost lost that game.
They were lucky against us last time they played us. God. John, I'll come back to you in a minute because I need to have a think.
Des has got to be careful. Des has got to be careful. He's got to walk around that area, isn't he?
All right, now, okay, I've got it. 2-0 Arsenal. Sorry, Newcastle fans, if you're watching. I just think you were a bit lucky against us last game, and we've got something to prove against you.
Controversially lucky.
Yeah, very lucky.
John Gunnar Giza, what does your prediction say, mate?
My prediction, I'm going to veer on the side of caution because every time we play in midweek in Europe, we send a slip up in the next game. So it's going to be a tough one. Do you know what I mean? I think if we win, the confidence will be high. Pound for pound, we should beat Newcastle.
They haven't got Callum Wilson either, John. They haven't got Callum Wilson either.
No, that's true.
Both of the strikers are out, yes.
But what I will say, I think it'll be a different side out from the side that plays Porto. I don't think it'll be the same side that plays Newcastle. You might get the likes of ESR, may get a game if he's fit. But I'll veer with caution, and I'll say Arsenal will win 1-0 because I think they might still be a bit tired, carried over from this game tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be that Newcastle game's going to be a lot tougher.
We're playing Saturday night, 8 o'clock UK time. That's very late.
That's right, 8 o'clock. Yeah. I'm meant to be going down there.
Yeah, it's a late night game, isn't it? Yeah, so that's a funny time as well, isn't it? But
yeah, I'm just going to say 1-0 to Arsenal, and I think it will be a real battle. I think they have to really dig in to get a result.
John, if we score 5 against Newcastle, you owe me 2 beers, right?
5. Yeah.
I'm going to go.
I'm being cautious, man.
Newcastle will score. I'm going for a 2-1.
Oh, you're so cautious, Glenwood.
You know what? Newcastle will score. I'm sure.
Is the old Gooner still playing for him? What's his name? The young lad.
Willock.
Yeah, is he still getting in the squad?
He's injured, yeah.
He's injured
at the moment.
Oh, that's a result, actually, because these ex-Gooners come back to haunt us, so I'm glad.
Yeah, we'll have less of that. Yeah, we'll have less of that.
They do. I've got a feeling, Raya might be key in these next 2 games. I think he might be a bit busier than the last 2, and I think we're going to really need him.
I just want to say to the chat, remember this, clip this. John says Raya's going to be important in the next 2 games, right?
Yeah.
Remember what he said, because he does talk a lot of sense a lot of the
time. and Rambo was always my number 1.
Same here, mate.
He was always my number 1, but I am 100% behind Raya.
He's between.
It is what it is, and good luck to the lad. He's a gooner, so he will prove us all wrong.
I do feel sorry. I must admit, I do feel sorry for Rambo, John, but I know exactly what you're saying. I feel
gutted for him.
It's taking one for the team, isn't it?
But we've got to trust the process, as you say, Dej. You know what I mean? Trust the process.
That's what Alex would say, isn't it? If we was on Alex's show, he'd say that.
Yeah, you have to trust the process, and he's proven his worth time and time, hasn't he? So trust the process. And I don't. I don't trust it. I don't trust no one.
Guys, we have come to an end on this one.
Thank you, Glenwood.
I didn't get to another segment, but unfortunately, that is one of those things. Des, what is your last words, mate?
Can I just say, I've got a lot going on in my personal life at the moment, and these shows that you have me on are helping with everything. It's just a release to get away from everything. So I'm grateful. Thank you very much, Brendan, for having me on. Always a pleasure to be on with you, Geezer. You know, we're twin brothers separated at birth, aren't we, son?
We are, mate. We are. I've got all your hair around my mouth.
Can I have it back?
You can have me out. But well, Des, on hearing that, I wish you all the best. And you know what? I can curl the same sort of thing. I started doing all this in COVID, you know. When I met Alex and all that through this, it's been fantastic to meet, to talk to all you Arsenal blokes. I love it. To me, it's about the club and all this social thing. The football thing is just like, come on, Arsenal, but it's all the rest of the other stuff that means more to it than me.
I just want to say, Glenn, you're a great host, and
he is. You are, Glenn.
We all talk from the heart. And we all mean what we say. And we may not always be right, but as John just said, we love the Arsenal, and that's all that matters.
And it's your opinion that matters, mate. It's your opinion.
Yeah, everyone. If we all had the same opinion, wouldn't it be boring? Do you know what I mean? We'd all have to listen to people like Gary Neville and Carragher all day long, spouting their rubbish.
Right, John the Geezer. Any last words from you, mate?
Well, the last words for me, I'm going to say, up the women's game, because this show, the ladies are not on tonight because whatever. We're 3 fellas here. We're all supporting the women's football. On the pitch, off the pitch, you know, we're all 100% behind you. And we'd encourage any young women, elder women, to come on the show and make it yours, you know. We're 3 fellas on here tonight.
We would welcome anybody. We would welcome anybody.
Exactly. But, you know, women's football is here to stay.
To get over it.
I'm 100% behind it.
Totally.
And thank you, Glenn.
Thanks for that, John. Thanks for that.
Ladies. Thank you for having me on, Glenwyn. And next week, I'll bring me 50 pence for you. All right.
Sure, mate. Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't think he sussed that one yet. Des knows what I'm on
I
about.
know what you're talking about, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, good old days when we put 50p in the TV meter, man.
Cheers, mate.
It was very nice. It was very nice. Thank you for those that was in the chat, Emerson, and I think Emerson is always in the chat, and Anthony Bob. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you, Emerson, for your support,
I
mate.
think Anthony Bob should play for City, isn't it? Because there is a Bob in there. So yeah, but thanks a lot. Hit the like, and if you're going to watch that later on, please subscribe to Guna Matters as well as Cannon Fodder, and have your say. And also, I mean, don't be a stranger. We're always on every second Tuesday night, depending on how the show goes. We might have it every week. But thanks a lot for watching, and my brilliant panel guests, Des, the Enforcer, and John Guna Giza. Thanks a lot for you.
Gunas.
Course, as John said.
And, now you're going to believe us. We're going to win the league.
Porto, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Be very afraid. We're coming for you.
Yeah.
That's the love.
Cheers, everybody. Be blessed.